Good morning.
Morning.
Lovely to see you all again today. What a
How are
lovely
you all?
day. We're
Beautiful,
good.
isn't
I'm
it?
good. How are you?
Right, yeah. Hey, look at that. Very good. You got there in the end.
I got there in the end. Old school. If you don't know about this, we'll talk about it in a little while. But
Brilliant.
good morning, everybody. So, if you don't know, I'm Angela, and on to Robert.
I'm Robert, and the other lady that's with us is...
Where? Oh,
Hello, everybody.
Claire, who has moved locations today.
I have. I've sat in a different chair. Apart from anything, it means that I'm next to a radiator. It's chilly in here in the morning. But also I was having sciatica for a while, and I'm trying not to sit in the same chair for hours on end.
Oh,
So yes, I have moved across a bit, but it'll all be fine.
Okay, so before we do mornings to everybody else, I'm going to answer the question of where has all the toilet paper gone this morning with today's musical interlude.
Gotcha. Fair enough.
Angela, you need to put your mic back on. Minions, brilliant.
I have to watch it.
Brilliant.
Oh, that's
It's a personal favourite of mine. It's a personal favourite of mine because one of them is called Bob, and he ends up being king of the country.
You're like my husband, you are. You tell me the end at the beginning.
Spoiler alert.
Don't worry, don't worry.
Right, shall we go through and say good mornings? Let's do top to bottom today. So, first lady in the room is Dawn. Morning, Dawn.
Morning.
And then we've got Evelyn. Good morning, Evelyn. The heroic, lovely Freya has joined us. Hello, Freya.
Woo!
And we have Jackie. Morning, Jackie. Judy. Morning, Judy.
Hello, Judy.
Linda Ellis. Morning, Linda.
Hello.
Marion. Good morning, Marion.
Hi.
I jumped to the bottom and say morning, Tracy.
Hello, Tracy.
And then we're going to say a wonderful warm welcome to a new lady who's joined us this morning called Sheila. Good morning, Sheila.
Hello.
Hello.
So, Sheila, as it's your first time, we'll go through what we do here. We knit, we natter, we laugh, we put the world to rights. We have silly songs like you saw at the beginning. We look at other people's work in progresses, and you can upload your own on the Facebook page, which is Gogglefrogs Knit and Natter. And we might show some videos throughout, depending on what questions were asked. We showed one yesterday about magic knots, and I've since been tagged twice to say that it's been used, so that's good. And you can ask us any questions that you want to, and we'll be here probably for about another 50 minutes to an hour. And there we go. Anything to add, Angela?
No, just welcome. Lovely. We will be doing a little bit of knitting or crochet as we're here, so just enjoy. And rather than meeting our people face to face as we used to do, we're here online.
Do tell us where you're from, Sheila. And we should probably explain how the video and the chat works. Sorry, I'm just eating breakfast.
While Robert's chewing, you can see us, but we can't see you. Okay, so you can be sat there in your onesies and your pajamas to your heart's content if you so wish. That's absolutely fine. We will rabbit on our usual nonsense, which is pretty much the kind of rabbity usual nonsense we would have done in real life anyway. And even, yes, we will be knitting and crocheting along with the rest of us as well. But if you want to have anything to chip in, there is the chat box there. So do let us know what you're up to today. Do let us know what you're working on. Because frankly, we would absolutely love to have more to rabbit about. So there you go.
And we will go through the chat throughout the session as well. So let's start with Dawn, who says, hello, peeps. Marion says, good morning. Jackie says, morning, guys. Sheila says, morning, everyone. Linda says, morning, all. Judy says, hello, everyone. And then Jackie says, love it. Dawn says, brilliant. Sheila said, I'm new to this. What do we do? Hopefully we've covered it off. If you have any more questions, please do ask us. Judy says, love it. Tracy says, morning. Jackie says, Andrew and Robert frozen. Hopefully that's fixed now. Unfortunately, when it freezes, it tends to be a problem at your end rather than our end. If it's our end, we just get kicked out and come back in. Yeah. And then Freya says, steady on, chaps, after my comment about her being heroic. So, Angela, I'm going to hand over to you, please.
Sorry?
I'm going to hand over to you to talk about why Freya is heroic.
Yeah, just for those who don't know, my dad's currently in hospital, he's COVID positive, etc. But we sort of have a bit of a problem, don't we, that we can't get masks. So I was up here for a week caring for him, me, him, my mum. We had no masks. After I had one pair of marigolds, that was it. But, you know, you just can't get hold of things. And I know that Freya has been doing, how many? It was 100 masks in a day. And she very kindly has sent me 4. So we've got a spare just in case anyone needs to come in the house as well, or to give to my hubby, but he's on his own totally for the next few eons. So I just want to say, Freya, that is so kind of you to send me some little masks. So thank you very much. You are heroic because you have produced 100 and you're gifting them to people who need them. So you're making us safe, and thank you from the bottom of my heart, Freya. And I cannot wait to come to your amazing emporium when we are able to circulate and mix and come and buy some of your wonderful colours. So thank you ever so much. You are an absolute lifesaver. Thank you. You are heroic. For Freya. And I think that's what's so lovely, that through this sort of thing, our crafting community, we get to know different people. I've never met Freya. I knew about Freya because there are 2 other people presenting at the moment who I know go into that wonderful emporium and buy things. I didn't realize that there was yarn, wool, things like that in there. I thought it was all because Robert does some weaving. And I know that you, Clay, you do lots of sewing and things like that. But when I saw the pictures, I was, oh, I've got to get there. So, yeah, and we get to know people, don't we? And even yesterday, we had this lovely lady showing us Bendigo Woolen Mills, Australia, because she's from Perth, Australia. So we went online and I've seen wool there that I'm going to get after the lockdown as well. So. It's just lovely having a community where we help each other.
Yeah.
So that was me. Yeah. Oh, Robert's still eating breakfast. Don't worry.
Well, Robert's still eating breakfast, so I'll rabbit for a minute. Also, what I've got today as well, there is every possibility my phone might go and I might have to take a call. So if I do, I'll disappear, do that and come back. But also what I've got, I was rabbiting a lot on about my husband and his hobbies. Yeah, I've got some things to show you now that there's a few more people in of what he gets up to. So it's not or textile related, but at least it shows that you can then know what I'm on about when I'm talking about what he gets up to.
Yeah.
So yes, I have Norman's.
Oh, fabulous! And for anyone that I was talking about my this scarf, and I think one of the things that we're missing at the moment is going into our favourite yarn wool shops and being able to feel and touch the wool and see how it's made up. And just before everything happened, I went into a yarn shop, Spotted Sheep, and I saw this, and I even showed it on our first show, I think. And just to show you that there's one bubble now. So it's properly attached, but there are 3 bubbles, and this is from one cake. If you can see the size, it's absolutely huge. And I think it's just perfect, isn't it? The fact that rainbows are part of everything that we're trying to do and put them in our windows. And we've got this. And I do apologise for some feedback from my end.
Really?
I think that stopped it a little bit. But yeah, so I absolutely love this, and I'm going to be touching 2 pom-poms while we're on today.
Excellent.
I'm just going to refresh and see if that helps me.
No worries.
Okay, folks, so I do all the techie stuff in the background. So if you want to show us your work in progresses or your finished pieces, then do send them to either me direct through Facebook Messenger or my email, or the preferable place is Gogglefrogs Facebook page, because then everybody gets to see it at some point later, and when we're talking about it during the replay, they can see it as well. So please do share them there. I've had one through from Dawn already, and I think there was one posted late yesterday afternoon. So if you don't mind, I'm going to get some knitting out, and then we'll come back to that about halfway through like we normally do.
Yes, I have a mask pattern cut out and on my desk upstairs at the moment. Now, if I get enough work done, real work done today, I hope to be cracking on with that, even if it's just a couple to see how they go. I know a lot of people are busy with masks now, and I want to see if I've got the right sort of cotton in my stack as well. So I'm going to have a shuffle through and see what I can ruffle up. But we'll see. Oh, good. Yes, well, sorry to hear about your delivery, Marion. Our Marion is waiting to find out, waiting for a delivery. So hopefully they'll give you another time slot. But I'm waiting in today for 2 things. Thankfully, my delivery turned up at about half an hour ago, so that's okay. But I'm waiting for a phone call that could also occur at any point today. So that's mildly annoying. But unfortunately, they're not booking times either, like they would do under normal circumstances. So I'm having another day in. But never mind, I have things to do. I probably would have been in anyway.
I had the same issue yesterday with Royal Mail. They had the delivery booked out for me, and then at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, I just got a random message to say, "I'm really sorry, but we're not delivering to your area today." But it has turned up this morning.
Oh, that's they're working as hard as they can, aren't they? It's just totally. They're inundated. I know we talk about being unprecedented, but yes, it is. Can I just say, talking about deliveries, I have got gin arriving today.
Oh, have you?
Yeah, my next door neighbour, well, my parents' next door neighbour, is going up to Asda's, and she is bringing gin. So that's so nice. Salad and gin. So yeah. So I will have new stocks today, which is wonderful.
Right. So Freya said she didn't make the masks in a day; it was in 2 weeks.
Oh, was it?
Yes.
Well,
They're quite fiddly.
Yeah. If you watch the time loop of her doing it, it looks like she made them all in a day. It's amazing. It really is. And I love the musical interludes that you also have with it, Freya. That's just fantastic as well. I would play Spice Girls as one of our musical interludes, but I think I might get banned. Brigitte joined the room. Good morning, and then left again, and then she came back, but now she's gone again. Never mind. Hi, bye, hi, bye.
Hi, bye, bye,
bye. Angela Linda Ellis says she has some gloves that carers use. If you'd like some, please PM her your address.
Oh, thank you ever so much. I've actually got my friend sourced me some from Southern Ireland, wow, from a meat packaging company.
That'll do it. That'll do it.
So, and I've got the second lot that actually arrived yesterday. So thank you ever so much. But what I will do is I will leave them for you to be able to gift to somebody else if they need them. And if anybody needs some, I do have an extra 100. All right, I haven't used my first 100, so if anyone else needs one, let me know, and I will help you out. But it was when it arrived, I thought, why does it say herbs and spices on the outside? But it's a lot of the herbs and spices that they put in sausages and stuff. So yeah, quite amusing, really. Oh dear. Thank you so much, Linda.
And then Sheila says she is making The Climbing Rose wrap by Janie Crowfoot. Ooh.
I haven't seen that. Can we see that?
Sheila, if you send pictures of how far you've got with it to me, I'll show those. And then in the second, when I've caught up with the chat, I'll find the main picture to show everybody what it's going to look like when it's finished.
Oh, wow.
Pictures, yes, I've got those. I will show them in a minute. Dawn's also sent some pictures through. Freya says they take over an hour each. I generally do about 9 hours a day. Wow. See, I definitely think that makes you a hero now.
So
and then there is a message for you, Angela. Roz says, good morning, Angela.
Ros.
Hello,
Ros. I'm so sorry I sent you the link late. We were talking today. This is my wonderful friend, Ros, and I will explain. We met together years and years ago in BT, and then I moved into her house, so she became my landlady. Now she has a B&B at the seaside. So I think we should eventually, I need to get my little shimmy on and get into gear. And as soon as this is over, we will plan to do a knitting retreat at my friend's B&B. So we'll do that. So fabulous, Ros. I'm so glad you're here. This is my lovely friend, Robert, and this is my lovely friend, Claire, and there's lots of people around. So just enjoy, have a cup of tea. And she has a wonderful dog called Blaze that I've never met yet.
Right.
So pics of Blaze. And I know I owe him a coat as well. I'm supposed to be knitting Blaze a coat, so I will have to do that as well. So...
Right, I found a picture of the Climbing Rose, Cal.
Look, pom-poms. Pom-poms done. Pom-poms done. We've got 3 pom-poms done. Other than sewing in, this is now finished.
Love it.
Hooray.
I'm so glad I did pom-poms in the end. So this is now the, it could be the NHS, it could be the Pride shawl, it could be anything, but we have pom-poms. Love it. Absolutely love it.
Oh, it looks lovely. And I know you prefer having darker colours, but I actually think that looks really nice.
Yeah, it's quite invigorating, isn't it? Having like beautiful oranges and yellows. So it's the anti-goth. I think. Oh, it's lovely.
Nice
one. So enough of me. Anyway, there's another one on the screen. Robert, you pulled another one up.
That's the Climbing Rose cow that she was doing.
Wow. That is gorgeous. That's some work.
Yeah. So I'll stop sharing because I know that people have trouble with the screen when we share, and all three of us are on. So Tracy says, yes, definitely well done, Freya. Sheila says, I'll send you pictures when we're finished. That's fine. Sheila, can you just let us know whereabouts you're from, please? Because we have quite a logistical mix around UK, and then we have people who are further afield as well. So, Attleborough. Where's Attleborough?
I don't know. I'll have to go.
Ah, right.
Oh, wow. So near Sheringham.
Yes.
Right, that's Wyndham, by the way. Wyndham.
Right.
What's Wyndham?
How do you say that if you didn't know?
That's fine, because I was thinking, how the hell do you get Attleborough to be Wyndham? Because I hadn't looked at the. No. That's fine. That's fine. I've just seen it now. I was thinking, no, that's too much.
Ross says, better late than never. Definitely happy to do a knitter weekend. Long overdue. That sounds fantastic.
Definitely.
Especially as Sheringham is kind of a bit touch and go at the moment. If we have to cancel Sheringham, it'd be nice to have a backup.
Okay, that's fine.
Tracy says, "Oh, Angela, I like it. Really cheerful and happy looking. Keep it as a memory of this time."
Yeah.
And she says, "Loving the idea of a knitting retreat holiday. Where's her B&B?"
It is in Great Yarmouth.
Oh.
And
also Norfolk, isn't it?
Yeah, and I can also vouch for there is a beautiful charity where they knit and they've actually raised money to create for a hospice. And they were a shop, and it was absolutely beautiful what they created. So charity work and knitting. And there's also a wonderful Chinese at the end of the road, which is eat as much as you want and everything's freshly cooked. And round the corner, there was another place that was all tapas and prosecco. So that was very nice as well. So and Ros is very crafty. She makes everything. She even made curtains. So Ros is very crafty. She said she doesn't knit, but my God, can she create things? So yeah. So there's lots and lots. I just think Norfolk is such an amazing area, isn't it? Beautiful. So we will sort that out. Don't worry.
Marion says her daughter used to live in Attleborough. Tracy says her friend moved to Attleborough many years ago. Dawn says, love Norfolk. My daughter Becky went to uni in Norwich, so spent many holidays up there. Janet says, can I book? So Ros, over to you. Can people book?
It's all right. I'll organise it. Of course, Janet. We'll get that sorted.
And Tracy says she loves Great Yarmouth. Ros says her craft room is super tidy thanks to no guests.
Oh dear. And if there's more people, we just might have to get one of Ros's friends who's around the corner with another B&B. So don't worry, we'll sort that out. We'll do one.
I spent 5 years of my childhood living in Norwich.
Did you?
Before we moved to Dorset. And I've got quite a fair bit of family in both Norfolk and Suffolk.
Oh.
So that's what I said earlier. Oh, that's useful to know.
Oh. And there must be yarn shops. There must be yarn shops around there. We will find yarn shops. Ros, did we ever find yarn shops in Great Yarmouth? I can't remember. I know we found lots of coffee shops. But I'm sure there is. Don't worry. Right.
So I will start to share now some of the stuff that's come in. There we go. So that's the yarn that Marion has had from You Felty Thing. That's been specially hand dyed for her.
Pretty.
That's beautiful.
It is.
Love it. Wow.
It's definitely gorgeous. And then, so a couple of years ago at Sheringham, I did a workshop on a granny stripe blanket by Attic 24, and Marianne unfortunately couldn't get to the workshop but wanted to do it, so I then gave her instructions as to how to do it, and this is a finished blanket.
Wow.
Is that a double pack?
Yeah, it's for a king size, so it's the same size as mine, which is behind me here.
That is gorgeous.
Packs. That was just one you did on your own, isn't it?
Oh yeah, she went and matched the colours herself. Yes, sorry.
Yeah.
But we did it based on the Attic 24, which is a single blanket pack, and then I had 2 packs to make the double. So Marion then bought 2 packs of her own colours to do it as well.
Brilliant.
And I think it looks lovely.
Yeah, absolutely.
That is beautiful.
And then we've had pictures in from Dawn, who says, Lizzie and I did a lot of sewing yesterday. Finished Lord of the Rings and halfway through The Hobbit. Might have to work through Harry Potter too, definitely. She says, a neighbour kind of gave us IKEA bag full of duvet covers and pillowcases. And this is what she's been doing. So that looks like face masks as well.
Oh,
Yeah.
And there's Lizzie in the background, working away.
well done, Lizzie.
Well, that looks very organised, doesn't it?
All right.
Very organised. That's so good. Well done.
And she has just showed in the comments that she's had to, her husband's taken over her craft room as a home office, so she had to up sticks downstairs to the living room.
Fair enough.
Oh, and she's got bags as well.
Yeah. Yeah, several hospitals have been asking for scrub bags. So what you can do is then they take the scrubs and uniform off, put them in a bag, and you can put that and the bag in the washing machine. My cousin is a nurse, and my mother's been making some for those.
Well, Dawn, I gave those to Sally yesterday, or of my unused bedding, and I have said, she said to me that apparently if you high wash the stuff at 60 degrees, if it's used, then it turns it back to unused. So if you need more, let me know and I'll start washing it so that you can have it to do it. Right, let's go back. Ros says, yep, I've plenty of rooms in nearby guest houses that will sort it. A charity that does knitting displays will know where best places are. Okay. Sheila says, are you all in Norfolk? Sheila, no, most of us are in Bedfordshire, in a little town called Buzzard, or surrounding areas. However, we do have the lovely Jackie, who is down in Maidstone in Kent, and we have Linda Ellis, who is in Melton Mowbray, and we have Trisha, who is somewhere around, I want to say Birmingham, but I think that might be wrong. And then we have a wider audience where people are coming from the Netherlands, and we've had Philippines, lots of Australia, and then we have our lovely friend in New Zealand called Charlotte, who watches the replays. Janet says, great blanket. Did we say good morning to Janet?
Morning, Janet.
Morning, Janet. Brigitte says, I'm back. Rod just sorted the screen. I accidentally touched something on the screen that screwed it all up and I couldn't move it. Well, welcome back, Brigitte. I'm glad it's all sorted. Marion says the blanket is in James Brett cotton.
Yeah, Cotton On it's called. I recognise the shades. It's a very lovely yarn to work with, to crochet with. However, I think it's been discontinued, which is a shame.
It's annoying when they do that, isn't it?
Yeah. I've done a whole blanket out of Cotton On as well, and several baby blankets as well.
Trisha says, morning all, catching up with the chat stream. Morning, Trisha.
Morning.
She's in Yorkshire. My apologies. I thought it was Birmingham.
Like me, I'm in Yorkshire as well. I'm in Leeds.
Of course you are. I'm so sorry. I forgot that bit.
And I actually don't live in Bedfordshire. I live in Buckinghamshire. I'm just over the bridge.
You've got an LU postcode. It's the same thing.
Exactly.
Brigitte says, did Angela leave? Can't see her. No, Angela is there.
I'm here.
Janet says, Trisha is in Yorkshire near Sheffield, and I'm in Birmingham. Janet is in Birmingham. Sorry. Janet, in case you don't know her, is the current chairperson of the Knitting and Crochet Guild, which is a registered charity up and down the UK, and also has worldwide members.
Well, I didn't know that. I'll have to watch what I say now.
So how was your afternoon yesterday, ladies? Angela, you obviously made pom-poms, but what else did you get up to?
Well, we're going to say why we've got the name of Gogglefrogs in a minute, but I had to do a little bit of frogging yesterday. And I tell you why, I suddenly realised I'm making this blanket, okay? And I'll just show you the picture. So it's organza, and it's done in 4 patterns. Organza stitches, and I realised I've done it in that colour again. So I've done it in the blue, so I took it back last night. I thought, never mind, I'll just start again in the morning. But I have to say, this is one of my favourite wools in the world, bar you. They don't actually make this anymore. It's called Dovestone. Dovestone. They had to change one of the. They do an equivalent, but they had to take some of the wool and change it because it was too expensive. That type of fleece had quadrupled in price. So it's the last of the stock. So and it is just unbelievable to knit with. Just as like when I frogged it, it stays all crinkly. So I do think this would be perfect. If we did any steeking. So this is what I was doing. So I'm just starting my 12-row repeat of the Withensea. Withensea. This is called, I think this one's called Castleford. So it's called Castleford. So that's me. I had one gin last night because we're practically out of gin now. We will have more stock today, which is great. So I'm one gin and tonic a day sort of person.
And Claire, what did you do yesterday afternoon?
Well, yesterday, the pollen count is high at the moment. Okay, notably high. So my hay fever is kicking off again as well. Now, usually over the summer, I have prescription tablets for it, but I didn't want to go to the doctors. I really don't. They are busy enough right now, and frankly, waiting rooms are full of ill people who need to see a doctor for real reasons for my hay fever. Anyway, so I rang them up to go, look, I don't want to go to any trouble of either coming in or making appointments. Here is the thing, what can we do? And they said, oh, that's no problem. I'll get they have a consultant pharmacist there to ring you back. So I had a chat with a pharmacist later on in the afternoon, and they said, not a problem, they'll just send a prescription over to Tesco, and it's winging their way now so it's sorted. So hopefully at some point I'll also get a text through saying my prescription at Tesco's is ready as well. And all I have to do is give them a quick ring and a chat with a pharmacist without the hassle of troubling the doctor for it. So I'm exceptionally pleased, very happy, and they are very, very efficient. I'm delighted.
Sorry, I'll be back.
Try and pick it up for you.
Hang on a sec. Marion says you still with Leighton Road. No, I'm with Bassett Road now.
Okay. Do you want me to go and pick up the prescription for you and drop it off?
No, it's fine. I'll do that myself. I have a car.
Okay.
But it was just getting it sorted. And also, if it's Tesco's, it means I'll do a shop there as well. So
Right.
So transport's not an issue. It was just getting it organised from the doctory end. But I'm, just talking about it to say how utterly delighted I was with their efficiency.
So if you get to Tesco's and the queue to get in is massive for your shopping and you just want to pick up your prescription, if you talk to the person at the front of the queue, they will let you in to just go and get your prescription.
Yeah, that's fine. I tend to do Tesco's at 8 in the morning anyway, so when they open. And the pharmacist opens at 9, so...
Right.
But yeah, I will bear that one in mind. I'm not going to keel over without it. I've got a few tablets left over from last year, so I've got a few days worth. And this isn't a life or death prescription, but it just, makes you substantially more comfortable. But thank you for the offer.
That's all right. That's fine.
But
so
there
I
we go.
finally did get round to doing my cupboards.
Oh yes. Go on.
And
how are you?
half the food in the food cupboard did go in the bin because it was out of date, and the oldest thing that I found was 2013.
Oh, that's not bad.
No. However, slightly embarrassing. Most of the stuff we had in there was 2017.
Right.
So, but yeah, it looked really good when it was done. And then I ventured onto the top and had a Tupperware clear out and a resort across the top. I moved Gary's NutriBullet that's been sat on the side for 2 years up to the top of the kitchen cupboard, so it gave us more workspace. Then went through the crockery cupboard and the glass cupboard and had a bit of sort there as well. And yeah, it looked much better.
Excellent. Oh, hang on. Safi said morning, everyone. Morning, Safi. Hi, how are you?
Angela is with us today, Safi, but she just had to disappear somewhere. So Tracy's saying she keeps having internet issues. I'm really sorry, Tracy. I think it's just because there's so many people working from home at the moment. It's just slowing everything down. Dawn says a guy on Radio 4 this morning said, please keep using GP services as they worry that people will ignore usual problems as they don't want to bother the surgery. Then we'll get a bigger problem with people getting ill from not getting their usual medications. Brigitte, Angela has gone for a while. She didn't say how long she would be gone for, but she did say she had to go. I'm guessing it was either a phone call or her mum needed her. So Safia says she found a tin from 2003 the other day in her food cupboard.
Oh, jackpot. That's impressive. Yeah, I have a tiny house with only one set of cupboards. Well, one set of food cupboards anyway. So I do have to keep things moving. And also the other thing is a lot of our cupboards, the top shelf is really high up. So if anything gets shoved to the back of that, I have to get my husband to dig it all out and everything. So I have to try and keep it reasonably tidy. It's not me being good or abstemious or anything like that. It is just otherwise I can't reach.
Yeah, I should mention that I do have I only have one food cupboard as well, because my kitchen is tiny, even given the size of my house. But I do have a massive larder in the garage, and I dread to think how old things are in there. I can wait till I do the garage.
Yeah.
Welcome back, Angela.
Sorry about that. I had an 0113 number, and I always think, oh, is it the hospital? It wasn't. It was an accounting company.
Oh, okay.
She's like, "I'll bring you back next week."
Fair enough.
Business on hold at the moment, if you know what I mean. So we're not doing anything still. Oh dear.
Right. So Sheila has sent pictures of where she is with her climbing rose
Oh,
wrap.
fab.
So I will just show those. Wow, look at the detail on that.
Oh my word. That is something to behold.
That is stunning. That is beautiful. Oh my God. Oh, look at that.
Wow. I aspire to that sort of thing.
Yeah. That's so clever. Well done.
That is. I haven't actually seen that in anywhere. It's not really. I haven't seen it appear on Pinterest or anything. It's just stunning.
It is.
Yeah. As it happens, I had somebody, a friend of mine messaged me the other day. She was looking for a new craft, but all she really knew of crochet was granny squares in garish colours. And she goes, is there more to it than that? And I said, yes, there is, if you want to look it up. And the first thing I signposted her to was the Jamie Crow website.
Oh, wow.
To say, yeah, this is what else you can do with it.
Wow.
So
And that, oh, sorry, go for it.
Brigitte says, out of this world. Tracy says, that's fantastic. Jackie says, oh my God, that's absolutely stunning. Julie says, wow. Tricia says, fab work. Dawn says, beautiful. Sheila says, it will have a nice border when it's finished. Safia says, is that the latest one by Janie Crow? It was in the Crochet magazine. I think it was her last one. She's now gone on to, what is it, Fruits of the Garden?
Fruit garden. Yeah.
Fruit Garden, that's it. And Safia says, it's beautiful work. There's a new one coming out at the end of this month, which I think is the Fruit Garden one. Ross says, having sound issues now, Angela rejoined. I'm off to do some ironing and watch for deliveries that are coming today. A highlight of the day, chatting to the delivery drivers. I'll bob in again in a bit. Bye, Roz. Have a lovely day.
Roz.
Safia says, yes, she's doing the lovely blanket cow now. Yes, she's that's the Fruit Garden one. We did ask Janie to come and join us, but she's so overwhelmed as so many shops aren't able to supply. So she can't join us at the moment, but she has said that if things die down in a few weeks, then she'll come back to us. And just to let you know that we will carry on doing Gogglefrogs as long as lockdown lasts, and beyond if needed. And we are trying to get a whole host of guest speakers to come and join us.
Well, we've got at least another 3 weeks.
We have.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we have as well.
Thereafter to be determined.
Yes.
Anyway, I'm going to show you what we'll get up to because then you can put them away. Right. Right. I'm showing you from here so that you can see the scale. These are his game figures. So it's like a giant game of chess, I suppose. It's a game of strategy over the table. But what he does, oh, there we go, is he paints the little fellas.
Oh.
And all these little fellas are on bases which have grass on, so they look like they're actually standing on something. Right. But yeah, that's the scale. He paints up the armour, and that's the detail. Right. One of the things that he's particularly fond of doing is horses. He used to ride as a child. He grew up in Somerset. So one of his particular talents is horses. So this is the size. That's the detail.
Wow.
Wow.
So these are rooms. So they've got shield, swords, and things. So I'll give you some idea. So when I'm saying set upstairs painting, that's what he's painting. That sort of thing. When we first moved down here and before we got another job, he was actually painting on commission for a guy in America. So the guy in America was to send Morty's figures. Morty was painting up and sending back, and that was basically paying for his pocket money before he got another job when we moved down here. So there we have it. So that's what he gets up to. Now, as you can see, his hobby takes up substantially less space than ours.
Yeah.
Even when you have many, many armies. So there we go. I thought I'd show you.
Lots of lovely comments coming in for him. Marion says incredible. Jackie says her brother-in-law paints figures as well. She thinks there are more figures. Brigitte saying, how can anyone paint that small details?
Tiny brushes.
Linda saying, I have the same problem with height too, Claire.
Yeah.
And then says they're works of art. Freya has had to go. She's off to make another 60 meters of bias binding. Lovely to hear you all. I'll drop in again soon. Love to you all. Bye, Freya.
Yeah. Good. So I'm squares, but hopefully I will have finished this set of rounds today. If not today, then tomorrow. Then I'll be putting a shade of grey on. So that'll be interesting.
And I this afternoon am going to use this lovely curiosity cake
Bullseye.
to show my lovely people at work how to make this cowl. Cowl, not cowl. I'm doing that this afternoon. Angela, your microphone has gone.
Sound.
So when we went into furlough 2 weeks ago, or when it was planning to go into furlough 2 weeks ago, one of the senior managers at the store set up lots of things to keep people talking while we're not working with each other. And we do kind of behind the badge, talk about what people are doing in lockdown, and then we have some silly competitions. We have some serious competitions for photography competition. We do it through the keyhole, and we have to try and guess whose house it is from the pictures. And then I was asked to do crafting. So I thought, okay, that's fine. I can do a bit of crochet. That'll keep us going for a couple of weeks. And then I'll start to get some other people involved in their crafting. And I logged on today to find out that my store manager is joining me. And I was a bit like, okay, no pressure. Everyone else can have a complete muck around and laugh with, but boss is on the call, and you're like, maybe not. Watch your P's and Q's.
No, you'll be fab.
Yeah, and this is meant to be social.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's an interesting competition at the moment. Using shoe pastry to make a recreation of one of your pets or an animal. For everybody to try and guess what it is. So I thought it was quite interesting that the first one they decided to do is shoe pastry, something I've never made in my life before. Determined to have a go. So at least Gary will get some Twitter rolls, if nothing else.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's fine, but you have to beat it for a lot longer than you think you have to, and then it's perfect. That's it.
Well, her video yesterday making it was 9 minutes long, from putting the water into the pan to finishing making it 9 minutes long. So,
Yeah. So just keep on beating, you'll be fine. You'll be absolutely fine. And the other trick as well is when they've puffed up, you get a little pin, you stick the pin into the shingle and then stick them in so they dry out. Yeah,
I didn't know you put them back in.
Yeah, I put them back in for a minute or so just to, yeah.
Angela?
Yeah?
There's somebody at your door.
Oh, is there?
Mm-hmm.
How do you know? Hang on. What have you been up to?
Okay. Right.
Brigitte says she's stitching birthday cards for twin boys, and the teddy bear is proving to be a challenge. You're a fantastic stitcher, Brigitte. I'm sure you can cope with it. Marion says that explains why we have no flour. All the JL staff have taken the Waitrose stock. Yeah, I wish. I don't think I'm going to be making choux pastry anytime this week, Marion, because I can't get flour anywhere.
Yeah, I think it's a challenge. They started rather high.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I was expecting like a Victoria sponge or something.
Yeah,
Choux pastry.
Yeah. Oh well. Ooh, exciting. Present.
Marion, I'm so sorry.
What?
I've just apologised to Marion.
That's staying up here. Oh, thank you. Oh, you are so sweet. Thank you so much. That is gorgeous.
And Marion, that's why I've apologised. I'm so sorry. I ordered it yesterday for you, Angela. And then Marion said yesterday about her John Lewis delivery. And I don't know why. I'm so sorry, Marion.
Oh,
thank you so much. I'm so sorry.
I was sat here watching the delivery driver, so that's how I knew you'd got it.
I'm like, how do you know? How do you know there's somebody at my door? Oh, that is beautiful. Thank you so much. Oh, look at that. White Elegant 48. It's complicated, just like me. Oh, I wanted to create the finest gin possible to make the perfect gin martini. Oh, I love martini. Having made the discovery that gin has, for the last 100 years, been from mass-made industrial spirit, a very basic vodka. This is not from basic vodka. This is from potatoes. Oh,
I felt so bad when you said on Tuesday evening that you only had enough left for one. And I just logged on yesterday and thought, fine.
Oh, just look inside the box. It's got a little what do you call it? A little map of the farm. I really don't want to drink that at all, but I will. Oh, you're such an angel. You're so sweet. You're lovely. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh. So we ended up with him.
Okay, Janet says, sorry, I have another meeting. Sorry to be leaving you. Janet will be wrapping up fairly shortly anyway, so have a good
Bye,
meeting.
Janet.
Oh, It's lovely to see you. Oh, I'm so happy. Thank you. The box is over there. Just throw it.
I saw.
You know what Christmas is like now, don't you? It's just like rip, rip, rip.
Oh dear.
That is beautiful. Thank you. Oh,
So how many more squares have you got to do, Claire?
I've got another 10 to put this grey on. So that's 10 out of 36. So it shouldn't take too long. But I've got to get back on with some work this afternoon, hopefully some sewing. So usually if I'm sat in front of the film or sat in front of the television, I put pieces up. So, yeah. So it shouldn't take too long. Should be done probably tomorrow. And then I'll start on the dark grey. It'll be interesting.
And finished over the weekend?
No. Well, no, because the further out you get, the longer they are taking.
Yeah.
So I've got dark grey to go round, and then black to go round. There's 36 blocks, so that's going to be quite some mileage. So we'll see.
Okay. So we are nearly at the end, folks. But before you all disappear, let's just talk about the plan for the next few days. So there is no Gogglefrogs tomorrow, I'm afraid, because we do kind of take 2 days a week off. And my plan tomorrow is to get up early and go and pressure wash my patio and front path. So that's what I will be doing. On Saturday, I will be in the background, and the lovely Angela and Claire are going to be hosting, because I will be looking at the online knitting show. So the spring and the spring, north and south, all shows have come together to do an online one. Still not a lot of detail. So if it does come out over the next few days, I will put it on the Gogglefrogs page. But I will be doing that in the background, and I'll just jump in and let you know what's kind of going on with that. Saturday's session will be a drop in and out as you kind of see fit. We will start at 10 and we'll carry on going till there's nothing else to talk about or there's nobody left in the room. Because if there's stuff that you want off the online knitting show, then kind of go away and do it, because there's going to be videos and talks and workshops and all sorts. So as well as shopping, so I will be calling out all the bargains that I can find for you. So that's it from me. Anything from you two ladies?
No, I'm just going to say to everybody, have a lovely Friday. I should be working like Billio, so yeah, never mind, these things have to be done. And we will catch up again on Saturday.
Angela, have a lovely afternoon.
mine's starting now.
Yay!
On that note, bye everybody.
Thank you so much. You're all beautiful people. Thank you very much, Robert. Bye.